Okay everybody, for our perspective drawing, we're going to have to make a tool, and it's called a viewfinder. So here's what we will do. First, I'm going to be doing a drawing that is going to be 16 inches by 24 inches. That's this dimension here. I like to leave a little paper on the edges so I have a border. So that will be my finished drawing. Okay, so now I'm going to make a viewfinder. With my viewfinder, I want my viewfinder to be the same proportions as my bigger drawing, but have it be a scaled down version. So what I'm going to do is make a viewfinder that has a window in it of 4 inches by 6 inches. And so what I do is I have a nice piece of cardboard here, just white piece, white on one side is great. And I have my ruler. I'm going to take my ruler, and I've taken my ruler and I've put it along the edge of the cardboard, and I drew a nice long line. And then I did the same thing over here. Put it right on the edge of the cardboard, and I drew a nice long straight line. So those lines are going to be what my window is, and the reason I used the ruler is so I have a nice border around my viewfinder. So now I have those lines, and I know that I want a 4 by 6 window. So I'm going to measure on here, and I measured to 6 inches, and I put a little tick mark right there. And then on this side, I measured 4 inches from that point to this point, and I put a little tick mark there. So now I know where those measurements are. And I come here with my protractor. And the reason I have my protractor is so I can make a nice tick mark at exactly 90 degrees there. And then I can do the same thing over here. I can make myself a nice tick mark at 90 degrees right there. So now I have 2 points to make 2 lines. So I'll join these like this, make a nice long line like this. Then I'll come over here and I'll join these 2 lines, or these 2 dots to make this line. Okay, so now I have my window for my viewfinder. I'm going to go ahead and take my ruler, and I'm going to go like this, draw a nice long line. I'm going to go like this, I'm going to draw a nice long line. And that's way I also now have the overall shape of my viewfinder. So now I'm going to cut this out. You want to make sure that you have sharp blade when you do this. These blades come in multiples, and you can snap them off. So I snap the blade off like that. So now I have a nice sharp tip. Sharp tips are safe and they make good work. And so here you can use a ruler if you want. I've used this so many times that I'm just going to freehand it. I'm going to cut myself all these lines, these interior lines for my viewfinder. So here we go, and it's nice and easy because I have a nice sharp blade. If you don't have a sharp blade, your stuff will start to rip instead of getting a nice clean cut like this. It's always a sure way to know if your equipment is not sharp. If it starts to rip things, that means you should replace your blade. So now I have a window here that's 4 inches by 6 inches, which is in relationship 4 times smaller than the piece of paper I'll be using. So now I'll go ahead and I'll just cut this out. So I have my viewfinder, so it's nice and portable. I can take it with me. And then there's one last piece that goes with the viewfinder, especially for perspective drawing, and that is going to be this. I just take some of the cardboard. Again, I'll just put the ruler right here, and I want this to be nice and perfectly straight. So I'm using the ruler to get a nice cut, and this piece is going to work in conjunction with our viewfinder, and we will get into that in the perspective demo. All right, guys, let's go.